everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elvia, and for today's get ready in less than 30 minutes, I will be using a stopwatch on my phone to start the time and try to get this look done as fast as I can. My family and I are going to go watch the Super Bowl at a friend's house, so by the time you see this video, the Super Bowl will be over. Do I follow the Super Bowl? No. Do I watch football? No. But I'm being a good wife and being supportive and acting like I'm good. I'm wearing my Chicago Bears sweatshirt because that's the only thing that is football related that I do own. I got my pigtails ready. I don't know why. It's been years since I put on pigtails, but I didn't know what else to do with my hair. So yeah, we're running out of time. I'm running out of time. I need to stop talking and start recording. So this will be a voiceover just because of the amount of time that I do have constricted. I don't want to be yada 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 yada. So roll with it here with me, and yeah, let's try to pull it off. So I'm going to be setting the timer on my phone here, all set up, and gonna press start. Taking our Too Faced Shadow Insurance, we will be priming our eye area, followed by priming our face with the Smashbox Photo Finish More Than Primer Blemish Control Primer, which I'm running out of, but I do have a backup. And there we go. Put that all over your face. Now for our eyebrows, I'll be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color dark brown. I've said this before, it's very important to spend a good amount of time, I would say around 5 minutes, on your eyebrows just to ensure that they do look good and they do match, because after you're done with your look and if your eyebrows look ratchety, you aren't going to be happy and waste more time. So therefore, it's good to use that time at the beginning. For today's look, we will be using the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette, but first we should curl our eyelashes. I will be using my Tarte eyelash curler just to avoid any problems later. Now taking our Sigma E60 brush, we will be going into the shade Tempera and placing that all over our eye area. Now with our Sigma E35 brush, we will be going into the color Burnt Orange and placing that right above our crease area, but careful not to go too high up into our brow bone area. Taking our Sigma E38 brush, we're going to go into the color Real Gar and place that color down in the outer corner and then pushing that color right up into our crease area, blending it out. We'll be taking our E40 brush and blending both those colors together, making sure there are no harsh lines. With our Sigma E25 brush, we will be going into the color Cypress Umber. Really, any lower, Elvia, nobody could see that color. And we're going to be placing that in the outer corner of our eye. Careful to not go up into your crease area, just pat it on lightly. You can always add more of the brown shade to darken it up, but it's better to start lighter rather than darker. Taking our Sigma E38 brush again without adding any more product, we're going to gently blend out the Cypress Umber with the Real Gar color in our crease, and just make sure there is no harsh line separating both those colors. And then after we do that, we are going to go in with our Sigma E40 brush again and just make sure that it's all blended together
and looks nice and spiffy. Taking our Sigma E55 brush, we will be going into the color Tempera again and placing that from the center of our eyelid, working it towards the inner corner, making sure we do not disturb any of the colors around. Taking our Sigma E32 brush, we're going to be using some MAC Fix Plus and using the shade Primavera on our eyelid. We're going to brush right into that shimmery color and spraying 1 or 2 sprays of the MAC Fix Plus and dabbing it all over the center of our eyelid, working our way towards the inner corner. Taking our E40 brush, we are going to gently just blend everything together. Taking the shorter side of the brush that came with the palette, we're going to be going into the color Red Ochre. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's kind of a tongue twister there. And I'm going to be very, very, very gentle in placing that color right in between the Cypress Umber and the Real Gar, just to give it a little bit of definition. I won't be dragging it too far into my crease area or anywhere above it. The only reason why I did this is after I was finished with the look, I felt like it needed just an extra pop of color, and I thought that would be the perfect color to add in there. And then using the fluffier side of the brush, I blended it all together. And then I went back in with my Sigma E32 brush, and whatever product was left in there, I just gently added all the shimmer, kind of ombreing it out. And then with my E40 brush, I just went in and just blended everything together. Taking my Boying concealer in the shade number 2, I will be taking my Sigma P82 brush and placing that all over my blemishes and anywhere else on my face that may need some extra concealing. Then taking some Too Faced Flexible Coverage Concealer in the shade Perfect Nude, I will be concealing my under eye area as well as my forehead and anywhere else that I want to emphasize some light using my pre-dampened beauty blender. And I've never used this concealer before. This is my first time using it, and I have to admit it was very sticky. The consistency was sticky, so I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be or what the situation is there. Now for my face, I will be using my Born This Way foundation in the shade Light Beige from Too Faced and shaking that all up and putting a pump on my hand, and then using my pre-dampened beauty blender, dabbing it all over my face and then pressing it in. After placing my foundation, I noticed that some of my skin was still turning over, so I used my Sigma F80 brush and gently went over my entire face, taking off any of that skin that was still there, and then going back in with my beauty blender and just making sure that everything was still pressed there. And then now taking some translucent powder from Mercier, I will be using my Sigma F35 brush and putting powder underneath my eye area, followed by my Sigma F30 brush and powdering the rest of my face. Then to make sure that everything stays in place, I'm going to be taking some MAC Fix Plus and spraying that all over and then drying it with my handy dandy little cardboard. Now for some bronzing, I'll be taking my little black book of bronzers from Too Faced with my Sigma F20 brush and going into the shade Dark Chocolate Soleil and bronzing the entire perimeter on my face. So this happens quite frequently. I went a little heavy on the bronzing on my forehead. So I'm going to take my custom made contour palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, going into the color Banana with my buffing brush from Real Techniques and placing that on the center of my forehead, and then using my F20 brush, again from Sigma, and then just making sure that there's no harsh line between the banana shade and the bronzer. Now for our lower lash line, I'm going to be using my Sigma E20 brush and taking the shade Real Guard and placing that all over the bottom eyelid area. With the same brush, we're going to go into the color Cypress Umber and smoking out the outer edge of our bottom lid. For my lashes, I will be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. Taking my Tarte Color Wheel from the 2016 Holiday Collection, I will be using my Real Techniques setting brush and going into the highlight color Crafty and placing it on my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and my brow bones. And then taking my Sigma F10 brush, I will be using the color Mod and putting that on the apples of my cheeks. Now to seal my entire face, I will be taking the Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control setting spray and spraying that all over my face, and again hand drying it with my handy dandy cardboard. Now to finish the look, I will be taking my Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in the color Sell Out.
Wow, that was a close one. I really didn't think it was gonna make it. I'm just like, but I mean, it's my fault. I focus a lot on my eyeshadow and I try not to, but that's what happens when I use my favorite palette in the world. I just want to keep adding more and more and more colors, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I mean, to me, I think it works. I'm gonna be the one wearing it for the rest of the afternoon, so I like it. It's too late. We gotta go already. And thank you for watching me do this full face of makeup in almost 30 minutes to be exact. It was a lot of rushing towards the end, and I just love this palette so much that it's hard for me to not focus so much on blending all these beautiful colors in together. But anyways, I was able to do it and I'm really happy with the end result. If you'd like to see more videos like these, please subscribe to my channel. I post every single week and I will see you all soon. Bye!